Hey, what's up, sports bettors? Alex here, and I have a three-leg MLB parlay for today. I think you're really going to like it. So let's go ahead. Let's go through it. Three legs. You can see my first leg right here. Sean Murphy over 1.5 player bases. So Sean Murphy to have over 1.5 bases. This bet has a profit margin of 6.07%. So very high profit margin. You can see this game is pretty early in the day. Top row, we scroll over. Sean Murphy over 1.5 bases is plus 155 on FanDuel. And the OddsJam perfect line, real-time odds from Pinnacle Sportsbook, they're pricing this at plus 124. So we're getting 31 cents of improvement from the sharpest bookmaker. And if you just take a look at the odds for Sean Murphy over 1.5 total bases, you can see that this is really a true pricing discrepancy, right? No other sportsbook is giving us better than plus 125, but OddsJam has identified for us that FanDuel is giving us plus 155, which we see right here, right? So we're getting a ton of value in the odds, which again is really all that matters as a sports bettor, right? If you are getting great odds, great prices, then you are setting yourself up to be a profitable sports bettor. If you're placing bets at plus 118 when another sportsbook in your state, is giving you plus 155 and you're getting terrible prices, then you're never going to make money sports betting. You always have to be looking for value. So here we can see the best odds for Murphy over 1.5 total bases is plus 155. So that's the first pick I'm rolling with. So the next bet we see available is right here in the MLB. Josh Naylor over 1.5 bases minus 120 on FanDuel. No other sportsbook giving us better than minus 150. So again, this is another ridiculous value MLB bet on FanDuel, which we are able to lock in. So this is a bet I'm going to take advantage of. This is my second MLB pick in my parlay. And then the final pick is going to be, we'll continue to scroll down. So we already have a bet in the Red Sox Athletics game since we're on Sean Murphy bases. We already have a bet in this game again. So we'll continue to scroll down and we can see our final pick with a profit margin of 2.4% is Blue Jays Orioles over 5.5 first half total runs plus 162 on FanDuel. So top row, scroll over, look for the bet in bold. First half total runs over 5.5 plus 162 on FanDuel when the sharpest sportsbook, Pinnacle, they're only giving you plus 147. So this is going to be the final pick. So I tried to bet 250 on it. FanDuel's limiting me. They're like, yo, you've made way too much money off us. We'll give you 92.50. So I'm going to go ahead and lock it in for today. And we can go over to my bets. I already have a bunch of bets open on FanDuel, some promotional bets, whatever, some bets for the NBA Finals. I have a middle on Robert Williams. I have him over 7.5 points, under 8.5 points. So if he gets exactly 8 points, I'll cash both bets. But anyways, both of the bets were positive EV. Anyways, let's get back to it. Three-leg parlay plus 11.24. And now we'll discuss very briefly parlay betting strategy. How do you think about a parlay? Usually parlays are viewed as very unprofitable bets. So how do you think about a positive EV parlay? And essentially, all of these bets are in different games, right? So they're uncorrelated bets. They have no correlation to one another. If Sean Murphy gets 2+ total bases, that has no correlation to Blue Jays Orioles going over 5.5 total runs. So what we can do is we can figure out the win probability for each of our bets using real-time odds from, Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker, to back out the implied win probability for our parlay. So we have Naylor 2+ bases. That's our first leg. We have over 5.5. Blue Jays Orioles first half. And then our final pick was Sean Murphy 2+ bases. So Murphy 2+ bases. So these are the two positive EV picks we're going with. And now we're just going to back out, okay, what's the win probability of each of these bets? And what is the win probability for our parlay. So the win probability for our parlay is just going to be the win probability of all three of our picks multiplied together. And we're going to see the EV of our parlay. So let's go ahead, let's get into it. Pinnacle Sportsbook, the sharpest bookmaker for Sean Murphy, or let's start with Josh Naylor, right? This is a true pricing discrepancy. Pinnacle Sportsbook, the sharpest sportsbook, they're pricing Naylor over 1.5 bases at minus 154 for the over. And they're pricing the under at plus 155. So if we throw that into a zero vig odds calculator, minus 154 for the over, plus 155 for the under, this calculator will remove the vig, remove the juice from a sportsbook's market and tell us the fair price, right? The true odds. Once you remove the juice, remove the vig, the fair odds for, Naylor 2+ bases, which we bet minus 120, is minus 130.35, which you can see right here, minus 130.35 once you remove the juice. And we bet this minus 120, which is better odds than the true odds, so our bet is positive EV, right? So in this calculator, we'll also show you the win probability for your pick, which is 56.59%. So this bet is hitting 56.59% according to Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook, which is our indication of the fair or the true win probability for our bet. So then for Sean Murphy, the market was plus 124, minus 168. So the under was minus 168. The over 1.5 total bases was plus 124, which you can see right here, right? So the win probability for this bet is 41.59%. And then finally, we have Blue Jays. Where is it? Blue Jays Orioles plus 147 minus 171 was the market on Pinnacle. So plus 147 minus 171 right here, right? This is the market on Pinnacle. So we're removing the juice, removing the vig to get our fair win probability, which is 0.3908. So now we know the implied win probability from Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook, for each of our 3 MLB bets. We multiply them all together, and we see that this parlay is hitting 9.2% according to Pinnacle Sportsbook, the sharpest bookmaker, once you remove the juice from their market, right? So literally all we're doing is we're taking the odds from the sharpest bookmaker. We're going to our pick from the OddsJam Positive EV page. We're taking their real-time odds, which you can see right here. We're removing the vig, removing the juice to get the fair win probability for this bet. And then we're multiplying these all together to get the win probability for our parlay, which is 9.2%. So we're staking 92.50 at plus 1124 odds, as you can see on FanDuel. And our parlay is hitting 9.2% of the time. So essentially, with all that information, we can back out the EV of our parlay, which is going to be roughly $12. So 13% edge on this parlay, right? Unfortunately, FanDuel limited us to 92.50, but still this parlay is profitable. And again, sports betting, you're not going to get rich quick. It's all about looking for profitable bets, profitable parlays, profitable promotions, and seeing the gains stack up over time, right? So $12 in profit margin on this bet. 9.2% of the time we're winning $1,040, and the rest of the time we're losing our stake of $92.50. So you can back out the EV of your parlay, which is just going to be your win probability multiplied times your profit if you win, minus your stake times your loss probability, which is just 1 minus your win probability. So $12 in EV on this parlay, 3 MLB picks, 2 underdog picks, right? Over 5.5 Blue Jays Orioles, that was plus money, over 5.5 first half total runs. And Sean Murphy, 2+ bases. Josh Naylor was a favorite at minus 120, but we can see pretty ridiculous value in all these plays, and we're always looking for value as a sports bettor. So hopefully you found this video helpful. Hopefully you're able to tail this parlay. And as always, any questions you have, comment them below. You can book a call with a sports betting expert, and let's make some money.